George Brett is 72 years old today. Many fans still call him full of himself. His behavior off the field mirrors how he played. He was fiery, proud, and often unpleasant. Is this a legend gone sour, or has he always been this way? Brett played 21 years for the Kansas City Royals. He hit 390 in 1980. He won multiple batting titles. He made the Hall of Fame. But people don't talk about those stats first. They talk about his tantrums. The most famous tantrum happened in 1983. It was called the Pine Tar Game. Brett hit a home run against the Yankees in the ninth inning. The Royals took the lead 5-4. Then Yankees manager Billy Martin complained. He said Brett's bat had too much pine tar on it. The umpire measured the bat. The pine tar went 23 to 24 inches up the handle. The rule said only 18 inches was allowed. The umpire called Brett out. The home run was canceled. The Yankees won 4-3. Brett exploded. He charged out of the dugout like a wild man. His teammates had to hold him back. He looked completely out of control. Brett had told his teammate Frank White before the game, "If they call me out for using too much pine tar, I'll go out there and kill them." He meant it. 4 days later, the league president overturned the call. He said the spirit of the rule was about ball color, not hitting advantage. Brett's home run counted. The game was finished weeks later. The Royals won 5-4, but Brett was ejected for his outburst. Even though he got his home run back, people remember the charge more than the hit. Brett said he discussed this mad dash almost every day for 30 years. The public called it his psychotic reaction. This wasn't Brett's first explosion. In 1977, he punched a Yankees player in the face. It happened during Game 5 of the playoffs. The Royals and Yankees had a bitter rivalry. There had already been fights in the series. Brett hit a triple and slid hard into third base. Yankees third baseman Greg Nettles kicked Brett in the face. The kick was caught on camera. Brett got up and threw a punch. He connected with Nettles. Both benches emptied. Players were throwing punches everywhere. Brett said after the game, "What are you going to do when someone kicks you in the face? You going to lay there and say, 'Kick me again'? If the same thing happens next year, I'll do it again." He was proud of fighting back. Nobody got ejected from that brawl. The umpire said it was a championship game. He didn't want to throw players out. Brett said if that fight happened today, he would get ejected immediately. He would face a week-long suspension. Social media would go crazy. The strangest part of the fight was Thurman Munson. Munson was the Yankees catcher. He was Nettles' teammate. But during the brawl, Munson protected Brett. He covered Brett at the bottom of the pile. Munson said, "Don't worry, George. I won't let anybody hit you when you're down." Brett called Munson his hero. And if you're looking for real drama, forget the old fights and check out live sports the smart way. FUBO gives you access to MLB, NFL, NBA, and more. You can watch all the action live without cable. Try FUBO today and never miss a showdown. Before the Pine Tar Game made Brett famous, he was known for something else. It happened during the 1980 World Series. Brett had to leave Game 2 in the 6th inning. He was in extreme pain from hemorrhoids. This was his biggest national attention before the bat controversy. Brett had surgery the next day. He came back for Game 3. He hit a home run in the 10th inning. When reporters asked about his condition, Brett made a joke. He said, "My problems are all behind me." The double meaning was perfect. The quote became a national sensation. From 1980 to 1983, Brett was known as the hemorrhoids guy. Players in other cities made jokes about it. Brett embraced the attention. He even agreed to advertise for Preparation H. Brett was later thrilled to be remembered for pine tar instead of hemorrhoids. But both incidents show how personal moments can define a public figure. His health problem became as famous as his hitting. The hemorrhoid incident reveals something about Brett's character. He turned embarrassment into opportunity. He made money from his medical problem. Some might call this smart business. Others might see it as shameless self-promotion. Today, Brett's reputation includes more than just famous incidents. Fans have stories about meeting him. Many say he's rude and unfriendly. There are claims he's a poor tipper at restaurants. One story says he told young fans asking for autographs harsh words. These specific claims can't be verified from available sources, but there are confirmed reports of rudeness. Fans say he's not too friendly and rude to a few fans on the golf course. He acts like a jerk when you go up to him with an autograph while he is eating. He's also not fond of some of the media. One writer said he heard stories that don't paint George in a good light. The stories make Brett seem surly or like a grade A ass. The writer said these stories are not a big secret among Royals fans. Brett's defenders say fame is hard. They ask people to imagine being George Brett. The constant demands for attention would wear anyone down. Even in private settings with friends and family, people want something from him. There was an incident at Kansas City Airport. A stalker kept asking Brett for autographs. The man then sold the autographs. Brett got tired of the man's behavior. This gives context for why Brett might seem unfriendly about autograph requests. The pressure of fame can make anyone seem rude. Brett might be protecting his privacy, not being mean, but the story still hurt his reputation. They add to the image of someone full of himself. The pattern is clear across Brett's career. He reacts with anger when challenged. He charged the umpire over pine tar. He punched nettles after being kicked. He gets frustrated with fans who bother him. The common thread is Brett's inability to control his temper. This behavior suggests deeper issues with authority and boundaries. Brett doesn't like being told what to do. He doesn't like being bothered. When either happens, he lashes out. At 72, this pattern hasn't changed. Brett's explosions became more famous than his achievements. The pine tar game overshadowed his .390 season. The hemorrhoid joke overshadowed his World Series appearance. The fight with Nettles overshadowed his playoff performance. This reveals something troubling about Brett's legacy. His best moments get forgotten. His worst moments live forever. The bat he used in the pine tar game is in the Hall of Fame, but it's there for the wrong reasons. At 72, Brett's legacy is complicated. He was a Hall of Fame player with amazing statistics, but people remember the outbursts and controversies more. His psychotic reaction is as famous as his .390 batting average. His hemorrhoid joke is as memorable as his MVP season. Brett went from the hemorrhoids guy to the pine tar guy to the grump at the steakhouse. Each phase overshadowed his actual baseball achievements. The public prefers dramatic human moments over statistics. Brett's story shows how public perception works. A single emotional moment can define decades of excellence. His charge toward the umpire lasted seconds, but it became his lasting image. His health problem was private and embarrassing, but it became a national punchline. Brett tried to control his narrative. He made jokes about his hemorrhoids. He discussed the pine tar game constantly, but he couldn't escape being known for controversy instead of talent. Today, Brett represents something bigger than baseball. He shows how fame can be a burden. He shows how a few bad moments can overshadow a lifetime of success. He shows how the public loves drama more than achievement. George Brett at 72 is still dealing with choices he made decades ago. His legacy isn't just what he did on the field. It's how he lived off it. And that legacy is more about tantrums than triumphs.